Another appointee in Trump's administration has splashed out big on a DC Lux home. Let's get into this. Jacob Helburg, who is now the Secretary of State for Economic Growth, Energy, and the Environment under Trump, has purchased a Washington D.C. home for $7 million. Built in 1912, the sprawling residence just around the corner from the French embassy spans more than 6,700 square feet and boasts 7 bedrooms, 6 full baths, and 2 half baths. Colorado has long been a haven for the political and business elite. The president's daughter, Ivanka, and her husband, Jared Kushner, famously resided there during Trump's first term, while Barack and Michelle Obama also called the neighborhood home. Billionaire Amazon founder Jeff Bezos has a property in the area, as do several other Trump era officials, including David Sachs. Cantor Fitzgerald, CEO of Howard Lutnick, who recently purchased Britt Bayer's DC mansion, and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Helburg, a China hawk, is no stranger to the political spotlight. He serves as a commissioner for the U.S. China Economic Security Review Commission and is a senior advisor to Palantir Technology CEO Alex Karp. His outspoken stance on U.S. China relations, particularly regarding the national security risk of Chinese owned apps like TikTok, has made him a key figure in Washington's ongoing tech battle with Beijing. A graduate of New York University Law and New York Tandon Cybersecurity Risk and Strategy Program, Helburg played a pivotal role in pushing for the 2024 Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Control Applications Act, which led to the TikTok facing a forced sale or an outright ban in the U.S. Yeah, so more and more each day we're getting a lot of billionaires moving here to Washington, D.C. It looks like D.C. is becoming the next Silicon Valley. All the tech stars are moving to the DMV, and so far I've counted 20 billionaires that call D.C. home. And with new money comes new problems for the city. You now have more and more billionaires moving to Washington, D.C., and this new administration is looking to make D.C. safer. With that being said, Trump is expected to order a crackdown on D.C. crime, homeless encampments, and much more. The president campaigned against D.C. as a nightmare of murder and crime. He is considering an order to crack down on petty crime and clear homeless encampments. President Donald Trump is expected to issue an executive order that would seek to ratchet up penalties and enforcement of violent and petty crimes, clear homeless camps, and clean graffiti in the District of Columbia, according to 3 people briefed on the matter. The directives targeting a city Trump has often vilified could come in an executive order as early as this week and emphasize public safety and beautification of Washington, according to the people who spoke on the condition of immunity because they were not authorized to discuss private conversations between the White House and the administration of the D.C. mural by Bowser, the mayor. The details of the executive order may shift, but early drafts have included language that would order homeless encampments cleared, direct prosecutors to pursue tougher penalties for gun violence, as well as petty crime such as public urination, and revive one of Trump's 2020 executive orders to protect national monuments, the people said. The order is also expected to focus broadly on federal parks controlled by the National Park Service. Trump has been a long derated DC as a haven of crime, even though violence has decreased in the past year, and some in the city are likely to view the executive action as furthering a political attack on a deep blue urban center. Local officials, too, fear the president might threaten DC's self-governance, over which he and the Republican controlled Congress have significant power. The president has threatened to take over the city, and 2 Republicans in Congress recently proposed legislation that would take authority from the DC government. The bills would largely roll back the city's right to make decisions independently as long as it does not violate state or federal laws, which is known as home rule. But on some issues of criminal justice, Trump is aligned with Bowser, who has advocated for more aggressive approaches to crime in recent years in response to spikes in killings and carjackings. The two could find common ground, particularly if Trump offers federal resources to beef up law enforcement in the district. Homicides in the district fell about 30% in 2024, part of an across the board dip in crime that has left levels of robberies and armed assaults at or below levels in Trump's first term. Killings dropped to levels more on par with other cities across the country after spiking in 2023, though they remain below numbers of the late 1980s and early 1990s when the district was dubbed the nation's murder capital because of bloodshed fueled by the crack epidemic. Still, violent crime is a persistent concern of DC residents, and DC officials fear that one high profile shooting could unravel any progress of the perception of safety in the city. On Monday evening, a man was shot around Union Station before the evening commute. We will take over the horrible run capital of our nation in Washington, D.C., and clean it up, renovate it, and rebuild our capital so that there is no longer a nightmare of murder and crime, Trump said in a campaign speech last summer. So DC is changing, and it's a good thing for many reasons. We've had a lot of violent crime here over the years. I don't think this president is going to play with DC. I think DC has to get its stuff together. I'm even concerned that he will make violent crimes in DC a capital offense. Giving people the death penalty for crimes committed in this area. This is the Awareness District. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think about some of the articles that we're covering. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you again.